didn't know this until a week before Tamworth, and Ali was staying with me. Ali is she's everything. She's my singing partner with Sisters in Country, for starters. That's my new venture. I did not know this, but she put me forward for the Hands of Fame. She nominated me. But a week before we found out, I just lost one of my dogs, because I'm a doggy lady, and I had just lost one of my dogs, and so I was feeling quite down. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Ali screams out, "Jodi, come up here really quick, come upstairs." She was staying upstairs. She told me, and we both burst into tears. It was just such an honour. It hasn't sunk into me. Our phones have not stopped since the announcement from New Zealand and here. It's just amazing. But like I've said to everybody, it's not just a case of what I've done. It's all the sacrifices that have been made, on my behalf, but by me as well. My children, my friends, my work, just everything. There's a lot of sacrifices made to get you to this point.
For those who aren't familiar with this honour, the Hands of Fame, you are now joining the ranks of Slim Dusty, Joy McKean, Smokey Dawson, Tex Morton. I mean, these are the OGs. You are one of the OGs. And what is also amazing about you is the equivalent of this Hands of Fame in New Zealand. You've also got that as well. So
yes, I did that. Those people, when I was a little girl, I used to sit and you're not going to like this. I used to sit and listen to. I was made to sit and listen to Reg Lindsay, and I was like about 12, 13, 14, and I thought, But you know what? I listened to all those amazing stars when I was a kid. And here I am, like you said, I'm one of them, and I would never in a million years dreamed. It just goes to show you don't know what's down the road. You don't know what's around the bend.
How did a 12-year-old girl forced to listen to Reg Lindsay end up being the Queen of Country in New Zealand, not your country of birth? You were born in Australia, went over to the land of the long white cloud when you were 21, and you never came back.
I know, Dale. Well, firstly, I went over for a party. And I ended up marrying the man I went over with, which was awesome. When I went to New Zealand, I had no intention of doing music. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I did not like country music at that point. But when I went over to New Zealand, because what I felt was Australian country music wasn't for me. This is in the 70s. So I went to New Zealand, and the style of country music over there was the American style, which I really gravitated towards, and I loved that. But what I can say now with the Australian country music has evolved from country and western, American country and western, to Australian country music. And I love it. I love it so much that I am writing so much now, and I'm trying to write, and I will write, an Australian country song.
I want to go back just a step, if I may. Your family story, Jodi Vaughan, inductee into the Hands of Fame at the Tamworth Country Music Festival, is extraordinary. You were on a show called The Mike Walsh Show back in 1983. Now, some of our listeners will go, who? Others, though, like myself, remember it quite well. So something very life-changing happened.
Oh, my gosh. My manager at the time was Gray Bartlett. He said to me one day, would you like to go to Australia to do a couple of shows? Oh, my gosh, yes, I did. Born in Balmain, there was a girls' home there called Glebe, Bajura Girls' Home. They put me in, sadly, one foster home that did not work out, and thank goodness I was only there for 5 months. I don't think I would have survived if it had been any longer. From there, they put me in another foster home, and it was that foster home that actually cultivated my music. They realised, this little girl, I was only 9, and this little girl can sing, and I used to sing, and they bought me a piano and little things like that, and they fostered my talent. I was a tap dancer, and I was in the choir. Apparently Mike Walsh was actually doing a thing on people who had fostered but not children who had been fostered. And I fitted into that carrier, and of course the record label, oh yay, we can get you on here, and they rung up, got me on straight away, and I had to learn a song in 2 days.
But in that interview...
Yes. While I'm on the show singing the song Reunited, my mother, unbeknownst to me, I had no idea.
Your biological mother?
My biological mother was in her lounge, it gives me goosebumps, was in her lounge room with her friend I'm singing on her TV, on the mic washer. She's in the kitchen. She hears me sing and she said, "Oh my God, hasn't that girl got a lovely voice? Let's go and look at her." I've got goosebumps. She's here because she's passed now, but she's here with me. And she was looking at her daughter.
She didn't know.
She didn't know. I'm going to cry. She didn't know she was looking at her own daughter. And when we finished the segment, apparently the switchboards, in those days it was switchboards, the switchboards lit up with people who knew my family from mother, father, everything, found out that my dad had passed away, which was, when I say a good thing, at least I knew. I didn't know. I had no idea because I never dreamed I would ever get to meet them. Sorry. And they had this one call, and this woman rang in and she said, "I know Jodi's mother."
Was your mum Aboriginal?
We believe she was, because she was born in Taree, and so she had definitely had Aboriginal background.
I asked the question,
yes,
for the foster upbringing you had, and of course the stolen generation
I know,
at the
that's
time.
What, my
so you were
Ali,
part of that.
Yeah. And so she agreed, we all agreed, yes, we'll be reunited, first time on telly. There was none of this being reunited first and then on telly. It was. So what happened next was my mother, they got her to the studio. They made her look absolutely stunning. And then they said, "Now everybody, want you to get all your tissues out." They had me sing the song first. They had me, brought me out back next to Mike. And then they said, "We'd like to reunite Edith Howes with her children." And with that, they had a microphone in front of me. And out to my right, my mother walked out. Well, that's the first time I've seen my mother since I was 8. She came out and I just jumped. I didn't even care that I was on television or that Mike Walsh was there and I just jumped up. And just before I jumped up, Molly Muldrum.
Oh.
That's how long ago it was. He was the director on the floor. He came over and absolutely plopped a big box of tissues on my lap. Well, that went flying. The mic went flying. I flew up and I'm grabbing my mother, holding her. My brother is behind me, giving her a hug and me a hug. But my sister, the younger sister that I hadn't actually met until she came on camera with us, she was sitting there. She didn't move. And we sat down and then Mike said, "Okay, Edith, you've met, you've got your 2 kids there. What about Maureen? Maureen hasn't jumped up." And they just looked at each other. And Maureen was the one that really had the problems as from being a foster child, etc. But she eventually stood up and they hugged, and it was amazingly emotional, as you can tell.
Jodi Vaughan, you're here. You're on the Gold Coast.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're having some downtime.
Yes, we are.
Which is wonderful. You're a country music legend. You are now amongst the greats with Slim Dusty, Joy McKean, Smokey Dawson, Tex Morton, just to name a few, as the Country Music Hands of Fame inductee at this year's Tamworth Country Music Festival. Best of luck with Sisters in Country and congratulations again.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here.